How much does having a guy like Thurm back behind the plate help you as an individually and y'all collectively as a group?
I mean, it's huge, especially when you got a lot of young arms like we did. I think him being here off of last year's team and kind of already been through all that is huge, man, especially just within the game and in practice and in the fall. It's a huge help.
How much do you, on a typical game, how much do you shake him off?
I mean, sometimes you can kind of get in a rhythm with him, and he's thinking like you are, and I mean, sometimes you just don't have a pitch, you don't have any confidence in a pitch, but it's very rarely. I mean, he's usually on his game, and we have a pretty good connection. I think he's got a pretty good connection with everybody. So,
when you do, is that something that you might not have done in February, or does it kind of build through the season, that confidence level?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, when I started throwing early in the season, it was whatever he put down, I was throwing, and Coach Rove and everybody, they kind of had a meeting, and Coach Rhodes always says it's not a dictatorship. You know, you got to throw what you want to throw. So,
Coach Robichaux jokingly called Greg Milhorn Coach Milhorn earlier this week. How much of a help has he been to all you young guys?
He's been huge, man. He's been through a lot, especially coming from junior college to here, and he's a veteran guy that's going to come out and compete. And as you can see, the past few weeks, he's been huge for us.
The environment that you're going to throw in, does that get you pumped, or is that?
I mean, of course it's exciting, man. I mean, talking about 12,000 people yelling "Go Tigers," so it's going to be fun, though, man. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you work for, the kind of stuff that is the reason you want to play baseball.
For you guys, you know, y'all have kind of lived on the underdog role. Mm-hmm. Is this kind of the ultimate underdog situation? How much does y'all kind of relish an opportunity like this?
I think so. I mean, I think it'd be a safe bet to say that a lot of people are counting us out, but I think in our locker room and within our team, we know that we belong here, and we knew that we should have won that regional, and we thought we were the best team there, and we're just excited for the opportunity, man. I mean, I think it's awesome that two Louisiana teams, I mean, basically down the road from each other, get to play in this magnitude of a game.
For you, you know, with all the freshmen, these are all new experiences every weekend. What have you and the other freshmen maybe taken the most out of these last 2 weekends, particularly last weekend, playing in a win or go home type situation?
Yeah. I think it's been good, especially get that exposure. I mean, when we played Houston, the game out there, I mean, I think there was like 5,000 people there. I mean, it was pretty loud. It got pretty loud. I think it's good for everyone to get that exposure, kind of get used to being able to control yourself in that crowd and in that situation.
Is it going to be hard to maybe control yourself, considering, like you said, 12,000 people yelling "Go Tigers"? You're Stone's throw from Lake Charles. You know what it's all about. Do you find yourself maybe this week really take a little more time to kind of internalize everything and get ready to go?
I wouldn't say a little more time. It's just, I mean, the main thing for me that I've been thinking about is just being able to control the game, you know. Because, I mean, with that many people, they're a very athletic team, can run, can hit. I mean, they can kind of spin the game on you really quick. And so the thing for me, I think for all of us, I mean, Coach Rowe's been saying it all year, is just control what you can control the game, and throw strikes.
How easy or how difficult is it to be honest in terms of I'm fine or I've got nothing left?
It's tough. I mean, against Houston in that sixth, when he came down to the end of the dugout after that inning and asked me how I was, and it was honestly the first time I'd ever told my coach that I had nothing left. And I think it was just kind of coming off the conference tournament, throwing as many innings as I did. I just kind of running out of gas. It was my body feeling tired, and it was the heat maybe. But I mean, it's tough, man. I wanted more than anything to go out there and throw 9. But I trusted Milhorn, and I knew if I gave Milhorn a clean inning that he was going to be able to close it, keep it close.
Is that, again, something you might not have done if that game was in February, early in the year, or would you have tried to go back out? Or
yeah, I think I probably would have tried to go back out, but Coach asked me more than once because the first time he asked me, I said that I could probably go back out, and he kept asking me, and I finally just fessed up. But probably so. I mean, I think with Milhorn and Thurman and Coach Rowe, I mean, all of us, Dylan Moore, Wyatt, Evan, we've all matured so much just being in situations and being in these games. So.
Coach made the funny comment yesterday that the leaders this year, it probably was most conducive to the freshmen really kind of learning. Last year, Jason, Mike might have took your head off at one point in the season.
Yeah.
How has this leadership style really helped you guys make you feel comfortable from the fall, and especially now, being a key part to this run?
Yeah, I mean, like he mentioned last week, I mean, they're really building us from the bottom up, you know. They're not breaking us down at all. They haven't done it all year. They're kind of, all of them have kind of taken us under their wing and just helped us improve throughout the whole season. I think that's one of the main reasons we are where we are as a group of freshmen, and I think that them helping us has helped us help the team. So.
Louisville Slugger, freshman All-American. What does that mean to you, especially on top of the Sun Belt freshman year?
I mean, obviously it's cool. It's an honor. I mean, it's an honor to be. There's going to be some names in there, some pretty impressive players, pretty talented guys, and so I mean, it's cool when you get an award like that. But really, I mean, all that means for me is that I'm doing my job for the team. You know, when you get that type of award, you're doing what you're supposed to do to help them win, and so that's all my goal is just to help the team win, whatever I can do to help the team win.
You got some old teammates that you played Little League ball with and high school ball with at LSU. Have you talked to them at all this week?
Yeah, there's been a little trash talking a little bit, but it hadn't been too bad. I mean, I love those guys. I would do anything for them. They're the brothers that I never had, and so it's going to be fun to go back and play them.
Did you lighten us a little on any of the trash talk?
Nah, it really wasn't that bad. It was just kind of back and forth a little bit, so it wasn't that bad though.
With both of them?
Yeah, with both of them. It's always both of them. They're a package deal. You never get one alone. So they'll tell you that.
Is there anything that sticks out from that LSU game earlier this year that you remember about that lineup or just seeing them?
I mean, they're explosive, man. I mean, in one inning, you can be going solid, and all of a sudden they string a few hits together, and you're down 3-0, 4-0. So, I mean, they're a good lineup. I mean, you got to respect them. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to do what you do. You know, you can't try and change anything. That's just going to make it harder for you and easier for them. So I think we're just going to kind of stick to our guns and see what happens.
You talked about it a little bit earlier, but you know, the people maybe counting you guys out, but how much does winning a regional title or a Sun Belt championship, how much does that put it in your heads that look, we belong, we're ready?
Yeah, I mean, I think even from the fall, I mean, we thought we belonged. Our goal was to win a regional, win a super regional, and get hot at the end of the season, which is exactly what we've done. And so I think you could say the season, I won't say it was a disappointment, but we expected to play a little better during the regular season. But I mean, we expected everything that's been happening. We have confidence in ourselves, and so.
Thanks, Gunnar.